Welcome to part 3 of the video based on sample paper analysis. We come to question number 32. 32 says draw the rough sketch of the curve y is equal to 20 cos 2x and the range of x is given between pi by 6 and pi by 3. So we must know how to draw the graph of cos x, only then we will be able to draw the graph of cos 2x. Here two important things you need to know. All of you know that graph of cos x is like this, right? So this is between 0 and 2 pi. The behavior of the cos x is like this. It varies between 1 and -1. So that is the basic knowledge you must have in order to draw the rough sketch of 20 cos 2x. Now one point is very, very important that uh, that intersects uh, the x-axis, at which the graph intersects x-axis. So that point is very, very important. In this case, you will see if I put pi by 4 in place of x, I'll get cos pi by 2 and cos pi by 2 becomes 0. So it means the graph intersects x-axis at x is equal to pi by 4 and pi by 4 lies between pi by 6 and pi by 3. So that gives us the fair idea how to draw the graph of this function, right? So we take these points. This is pi by 6 and that is pi by 3. Pi by 4 is a point lying between pi by 6 and pi by 3. Now if I put pi by 6 in place of x in place of x in the given function y is equal to 20 cos 2 into pi by 6, it gives me 20 into 1 by 2, that is 10. So when x is pi by 6, y is 10. Let us look at this point. Let this point is means this is 0 comma 10 on y-axis and this point is pi by 6 comma 10. Similarly, we locate pi by 3 comma minus 10 and we find this point is 0 comma minus 10. When you put pi by 3, you will get this. So the rough sketch of this graph is like this is pi by 6 and that is pi by 3. So the graph goes like this. It is a graph like this, right? So this is the area we are asked to find out. Correct? So the required area is pi by 6 to pi by 4, it lies above x-axis. So pi by 6 to pi by 4, 20 cos 2x dx. And the area from pi by 4 to pi by 3 lies below x-axis. So we need to put that in mod. So this is how we do it. Pi by 4 to pi by 3, 20 cos 2x dx, and everything is put under modulus. So on simplifying, we will get the answer of the question as this is 10 times 1 minus 3 root 3 by 2 plus 10 times 1 minus root 3 by 2. So overall answer of the question is 20 times 1 minus root 3 by 2. I hope it is clear to all. We come to question number 33. It says the equation of the path traversed by the ball headed by the footballer is y is equal to ax square plus bx plus c. And the points are given to us that the ball passes through these 3 points. So because this curve is passing through these 3 points, so these 3 points must satisfy the equation of the curve. So we get the equations, means if we put 215, 425 and 1415 in the equation, y is equal to ax square plus bx plus c, we get we put these points, we get 4a plus 2b plus c equal to 15. Other equation is 16a plus 4b plus c is equal to 25. And the last equation is 196a plus 14b plus c equal to 15. So you can solve these three equations using the matrix method, uh, where you can write this ax is equal to b, and x is equal to a inverse b. So x is variable matrix, all of you know. Variables are ABC here, and A inverse, you first of all, you need to know A also. And A is the coefficient matrix. This is matrix X. Matrix A is 4 2 1, 16 4 1, 196 14 1. And B matrix is the constant matrix, which is 15 25 and 15. So you will use X is equal to A inverse B to find out the values of A, B, C, and you will get A as minus 1 by 2, B as 8, and C as 1. Substitute the values in the function. So y will be equal to minus 1 by 2x square plus 8x plus 1. This is the answer you get for this question. I hope it is clear to all. This is simple question matrix method. This was question number 33. Question number 34 says f is a function from R to R, and fx is equal to cube of mod x. So you can fx is equal to cube of mod x can be written as this is x cube and minus x cube when x is greater than equal to 0, and minus x when x is less than 0, right? And you know the formula of LHD and RHD. LHD in this case will be limit x tending to 0 negative fx minus f0 upon x minus 0, and you find out the substitute the values and get the answer. And RHD is limit x tending to 0 plus fx minus f0 upon x minus 0. So you will substitute the values and you'll find that LHD, RHD both are, each of them is equal to 0. So it means that fx is a differentiable function, because LHD is equal to RHD, so fx is a differentiable function at x is equal to 0. And what is gx? Let gx is equal to derivative, because we have to show that f double dash x exists. So let gx is equal to f double dash x. F dash we have already found, or f dash x. Let gx is equal to f dash x. That gives me x cube minus x cube, 3x square, and minus 3x square. When x is greater, conditions will remain same. So for g dash x, again you find out LHD and RHD. LHD and RHD, again it is found, right? And you will find that both are same again for 3x square minus 3x square both. So in this case, we show that f dash x exists for all real values of x, and this will be 6x and minus 6x. Right? I hope this part is very, very clear. Second part of this question is from NCERT, miscellaneous exercise. So I don't think there is any problem. You will find out the values of dy by dx and d2y upon dx square from this equation. Y minus x minus a whole square plus y minus b whole square is equal to c square. You find out dy by dx from this, which is equal to negative of x minus a upon y minus b, right? Then you find out the second derivative from this, right? So you will get x, this is y minus a, y minus b, minus x minus a into dy by dx divided by y minus b the whole square. So substitute the value of dy by dx here, and you will get minus c square upon y minus b whole cube as the value of d2y upon dx square. That's it. You will substitute the values in the given expression. This is the given expression. You will substitute the values of dy by dx and d2 upon dx square, and you will find that everything will get cancelled except c. You will get a say c. So which proves that it is a constant independent of a and b. There will be no a and b in the final answer. I hope this is clear. Now 35 is a straight question, straight question based on straight formula. So 35a, shortest distance formula everyone knows. So this is, you will simply apply this formula, a2 minus a1, vector a2 minus vector a1 dot b1 cross b2 divided by magnitude of b1 cross b2 and its whole magnitude. You will simply identify the values of a1 and a2, b1 and b2. This is a1, this is b1, vector b1, this is, and this is vector a2, and this is vector b2. Substitute these values in this formula and you'll get the answer. So the shortest distance is simple formula. 35 part B is another good question, another important question. And this is a line given to you, and this point is given to you 1 to 1, and you have to find the image of this point. Let this point is P. So image of this point in the line, this line acts as a mirror. So this is let Q is the image of this point, and let it be alpha, beta, gamma, right? And in this way, R will be the midpoint of PQ. So when we equate the given equation to lambda, so if I equate this equal to lambda, means if I write x minus 3 by 1, y plus 1 by 2 is equal to z minus 1 by 3 equal to lambda, then I'll get x is equal to lambda plus 3, y is equal to 2 lambda minus 1, z is equal to 3 lambda plus 1. So this actually gives me the coordinates of any point lying on the line. So I can take them as the coordinates of R as lambda plus 3, 2 lambda, and 3 lambda plus 1, right? After that, I can find out direction ratios of PR. So that this will give me lambda plus 2, uh, 2 lambda minus 3, and 3 lambda. PR. Now we know PR and AB are perpendicular to each other. So the dot product will be equal to 0. Dot product of DRs will be 0. So that will give you lambda plus 2 times 1 plus 2 lambda minus 3 times 2 plus 3 lambda times 3 equal to 0, which will give you lambda is equal to 2 by 7. You will put the value of this lambda 2 by 7 in this R. You'll get the points coordinates of R, right, as 23 by 7, minus 3 by 7, and 13 by 7. These are the coordinates of R. Now R is the midpoint of PQ. So alpha plus 1 by 2 is equal to 23 by 7. Beta plus 2 by 2 is equal to minus 3 by 7. And gamma plus 1 by 2 is equal to 13 by 7. This will give you the coordinates of Q, means alpha, beta, gamma, as 39 by 7, minus 20 by 7, and 19 by 7. So this is the final answer of the question. It was slightly tricky question, slightly you need to know a lot of things. You need to know that direction ratios of two lines are given of two perpendicular lines. The dot product is 0, right? You are given these, you must know these things. Now we move to the last section of the question paper, which is case-based questions, which includes case-based questions. The question number 36 says, Ramesh, the owner of Sweet Selling Shop, purchases some rectangular card boxes sheet of dimension 25 by 40, and from each box, from each side of the box, x centimeter is the length of the side of the square cut off. Means it is something like this. If this is the square sheet, right? and you cut a square from each corner, you will get something like this. If you are cutting corner from one square from each corner, you get something like this. And these flaps are folded to get this kind of box. So this is 25 by 40. It is a rectangular sheet. So in this question, a rectangular sheet is given of the size 25 by 40 centimeter. Let this be 40 centimeter and this is 25 centimeter. And from each corner, a square of side x is cut off. We get a figure like this, and then we fold the flaps to get a square, to get a box like this. Now it says express the volume of each container. So length of the box will be equal to, because you are from 40, you are cutting 2x, right? One from each end. So 40 minus 2x is the length. Breadth of the box will be 25 minus 2x, and height of the box will be x. So you multiply these three to get the volume. V is equal to LBH, right? So you will get V is equal to 40 minus 2x into 25 minus 2x into x, and you differentiate this to get dV by dx, which will give you dV by dx will be, after differentiating, you'll get it as 12x square minus 260x plus 1000. Correct? For what value as volume of each container is maximum, you have to maximize this. So put when you put dV by dx equal to 0, for maximum or minimum, we put dV by dx equal to 0. That gives you x as values of x as 50 by 3 and 5, right? So these are the values of x for which now we have to find that for which dV by dx is 0. So we have to find the volume of the container is maximum, means second derivative should be negative. So we find out the second derivative, d2v upon dx square. In this case, it is very clear, 24 minus 260, 24x minus 260. And if I put x is equal to 5, this will be negative, right? So second derivative at x is equal to 5 is negative. Therefore, volume is maximum when x is 5. So value of x is 5, right? Then in the next part it says check whether V has a point of inflection as 65 by 6. Now for point of inflection there are two conditions which must be satisfied. First condition is second derivative must be 0, and second condition is that dV by dx, the first derivative must change the sign as you move across that point. Suppose we have to find out whether x is equal to 65 by 6 is a point of inflection or not. So first of all, you will put 65 by 6 in second derivative, right? If it is 0, then we move ahead. So in this case, if you put 65 by 6 in second derivative, you'll find it to be 0. This is 0, right? Then dV by dx will change sign as you move from 65 by 6 negative to 65 by 6 positive. So it shows that 65 by 6 is a point of inflection. So these are the two conditions that must be satisfied, right? So first derivative must change the sign either from negative to positive or positive to negative, means it should change the concavity, correct? And second derivative is 0. So yes, x is equal to 65 by 6 is the point of inflection. We move to the next question. It is question based on relation and function. Straightforward question. There is nothing special, nothing more technical. So first part, Ravi wishes to form all relations possible from B to G. How many such relations are possible? You know, number of relation is 2 raised power P into Q, where P is the number of elements in set first and Q is the number of elements in second set. So in this case, there are 3 elements in B and 2 elements in G. So 2 raised power 3 into 2, that will give you the number of relations. 2 raised power 6 means 64 relations are possible. Smallest equivalence relation on G will be, you will include G1, G2 because reflexivity G1, G1 and G2, G2 because reflexivity must be there, symmetry and transitivity. This is the smallest equivalence relation on G. Then we are given B1 and B2, B2 and B1, two ordered pairs in R1, and we have to add ordered pairs in R1 so that it becomes reflexive but not symmetric. Now understand this. It should be reflexive means we have to add those elements which are connected to themselves. So B1 should be added, B2 should be added, and B3 should be added. By doing so, this relation becomes reflexive, correct? So, we need to add not symmetric. Let us add B2 or B1, B3. That's it. We add these four elements. So since B3, B1 is not there, so it is not symmetric. So these four ordered pairs must be added to R1 so that this relation will be reflexive but not symmetric. Second part says reflexive and symmetric. For reflexive, you will do the same thing, but not transitive. For you will do one thing. Apart from these four, you will add one more B3, B1. In that case, it will be symmetric, right? But not transitive. So B1, B2, B2, B3, B3, B1, B3, and B3, B1. So to these, in addition to these four, we add this one, right? Now it is reflexive and symmetric, but not transitive. You will write the two separate answers for these two questions. And the next part of the question is x square is equal to 4y. So we can see that it is a quadratic function. X square is equal to 4y. The value of x is given to us 20 root 2 and y is given to us. It lies between 0 and 200. X lies between 0 and 20 root 2. Now we have to state whether the track represents 1, 1 and 1, 2 function. So for 1, 1, all of us know fx, if fx1 is equal to fx2, x1 should be equal to x2. In this case, yes, it is 1, 1 and on 2 as well, because you see y lies between 0 and 200, and for every y, there will lie some value of x lying between 0 and 20 root 2. So this is on 2 function also. The last question is based on probability. So if you go by simple rules, no need to apply any, anything special. You go by simple rules. Understand the question well, think logically, you will be able to answer the question. It says there are two cages, cage 1, cage 2. So we have cage 1 and cage 2. There are 5 parrots and 1 owl in this cage, and in the other cage there are 6 parrots, right? First question says 2 birds flew from cage 1 to cage 2 and 2 birds flew back from cage to cage 1. Then find the probability that all is still in the cage 1. So there are two cases to this to be true. That in case 1, we assume that one parrot and 1 owl has gone to cage 2 cage 2, and because we want all back, so 1 parrot and 1 owl flew back. Second case is that 2 parrots flew from cage 2. Then cage 2 will have 8 parrots, so 2 parrots will come back from that. So in any case, 1 owl will be there when you see them finally, right? So you just work out these things for case 1. It is 5C2 divided by 6C2, right? Because, sorry, for this two parrots, when two parrots flew. And for the other case, 5C1, where one parrot and one owl have gone, into 1C1 divided by 6C2, and from cage 2, again one parrot and one, so 7C1 into 1C1 divided by 8C2. If you simplify this, you will get the answer of the question as 3/4. Correct? So in second part of the question, we assume this to be A. It is a question, it can be taken as a question of conditional probability. One parrot, what is the probability? One parrot and all flew from cage to cage. So let this event be A and the other event, this whole event be B. So B you have found in first case, you can see. Correct? So we have to find A by B. So A, one parrot and one owl flew from cage 1 to cage 2, you have already found that. The probability you will already found. One parrot and one owl flew from this, and right, this probability you know it already. So this is 1 by 12. In the numerator we'll get 1 by 12 and divided by this 3/4. So 1 by 9 is the answer to the question. I hope it is clear how you get 1 by 12. It should be very, very clear, because when one parrot and one owl flew from cage 1, this value of this whole part, the value of this whole part will be 1 by 12. Value of this part is 2 by 3. So when you add them, you get 3/4, right? And when you put the values, it is 1 by 9. So this concludes uh, the analysis of the question paper, sample question paper of CBSE. I hope most of the things are clear to you. There might be few things which are not so clear, and because I cannot explain everything uh, in the video of short duration. So if you have any problem, any doubt, anything which concerns you, you can send the comment to me. You can send your feedback to me. I shall definitely work on that. Thank you very much for watching this video.